Well, good morning, everybody. Had a good night's sleep last night at the shelter. Actually, I wasn't in the shelter. I threw my tent up and got comfortable and slept pretty good. Bugs are still kind of eating me up. I've got a head net, which I'm gonna put on right here in a minute, just to keep these bugs away from me. I don't know why they are so attracted to your eyes and your ears, and my arms and legs are exposed and they don't seem to be interested in that at all. But it was a good night last night and we're hitting it pretty early. It's only about 10 minutes after 6 and we got a pretty big day today. It's not huge miles, but it's respectable. 16.6 miles today, I believe. And I can tell you for sure that we've got another deli that we're going to hit after about 10 miles. And the plan there, of course, is to grab some food. That's one thing. But also, they receive shipments of stuff, So this is where I had my wife ship my new shoes to. So I'll be changing my shoes out there at that deli as well. And I hope they work. I hope they're a same brand of shoe, but a different style. And I'm hoping that I'll like them. I guess I have to like them because these are literally falling apart on my feet. So, and then we'll press on to a shelter. I think it's called the Wiley shelter. And again, it's 16.6 miles from here. So that's our plan for today. I'm not sure if we'll have a lot of views or whatever, but if we see any cool stuff, I'll be the first to bring it to you. All right, enough talking. Let's get to our morning walking, and I'll see y'all a little further down the path. Get around, little feller. Crossing a pretty stream. Interesting bridge. All right, everybody, we've come about probably 3.5 miles so far this morning. Still earlier than I was yesterday, even starting. So I like to start early. It just feels like you get a jump start on the day and you're in more control of what you can do because you get time to do it, right? So it's about 7:45 and doing well. I didn't stop there and get water, but I previously stopped and got water at a smaller stream. I don't like getting water in those really big streams. They're moving well, that's good, but I think they're more susceptible to runoff and things like that just being dumped into the water. But I am treating the water regardless of where I get it. So, but if I have my choice, I want a fast running small stream. If I have the ultimate choice, it'll be a spring that's coming right out of the side of a rock of a mountain. That's perfect. But anyway, I think I got good water and got plenty to get me to Tony's Deli, which is yet 7 more miles away. And I'll pick up my new shoes. I'm kind of excited about that. And grab some food. Perfect time for lunch. All right. Back in the woods, across the road. More big rocks. Trail's been really nice though. I've had some patches where there's been a fair amount of rocks, but for the most part, it's been smooth cruising. No complaints today at all. Marching off into the sunrise. A little bit of a power line view. I'm not sure what the name of that lake is, or pond. Making progress. We're about 4 miles in now. And heading back into the woods. I looked at my shoe, my right shoe, and so I've been walking sideways kind of like this on these rocks. It's just my right side of my foot is just kind of pushed through the shoe. I've got about a 6-inch gap or gape in the side of the shoe now. So yeah, the timing to get a new pair of shoes today is perfect. So looking forward to that. Beautiful water source. Water is as clear as it can be. Beautiful. Well, it's not the lemon squeezer, but it is kind of a cool rock formation that they anticipate that you'll walk through as they've put the trail through it. It's not really tight. I get my shoulders through on both sides. Pretty close, but it's not too tight. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. All right, the Appalachian Trail is now kind of walking the border of this lake, or around the edge of the lake, so we'll probably get a few views of this lake, I think, before it's over. This lake is called Nuclear Lake. I don't know why, but it's Nuclear Lake. Nuclear. Nuclear. It's real pretty. I've encountered a couple people with the dogs and stuff out here for a nice walk. Very pretty. All right, folks, we found a bit of an outcropping. Good views to the mountains to the east. I'm not sure what little town that is. We're not far from Pauling, New York, but I don't think that's it. Pretty cool. We are currently about 3.5 miles from our destination, which is Tony's Deli. Our first destination, I should say. And that'll get us in perfectly right at lunchtime, so I look forward to that. All right, check back in a bit. So, that big oak is called the Old Dover Oak. Some of you guys may remember, I think it's in Virginia, and we came upon the Kiefer Oak, and both these oaks claim to be the largest oak on the Appalachian Trail. It's kind of hard for me to tell, to be honest with you. I've seen them both now, and both are large in their own right. The Kiefer oak has limbs that stretch further out. Of course, they're out in the middle of the forest. It looks like they had actually trimmed this one. So, hard to tell. It's kind of nice to be doing a little bit of field walking here in the great state of New York. I think that's a turkey buzzard. Yep, turkey buzzard flying off. Lots of folks out today. Lots of hikers, a lot of people who are just strolling around. We're getting fairly close to town, I think. And I'm only about 2 miles now from lunch at the deli. So it's good to see a lot of people out and having a good day. Beautiful weather for it. Walking the planks again today. I'm thankful for them. It is just a muddy bog below them. I've been walking them for a while thinking they would end. I think we're coming to it here. Pretty flowers. Okay. Back to the mud and back to the woods. All right, everybody. In fact, New York has got their own version of the boardwalk. Can't help but to be reminded of the one we did in New Jersey, where we encountered the cows, and I threatened to get a cheeseburger. Just ate a bug, sorry. And ultimately ordered 2 Southern slaw dogs that day. So I'm always reminded of places by the food. And this place reminds me of getting those 2 Southern slaw dogs. I don't think they're on the menu today. We're going to another deli pizza kind of place, and I may stay away from pizza. It seems like I've eaten pizza so many times. I may go for a sandwich today. We'll see. But I definitely have to go there. Not going is not an option because I minimally have to go get my shoes. All right. We'll check it out as we go and share any cool stuff as we see it. Okay. Here's where the train comes. Take you to New York and White Plains and different places. Alright. Here's where we're headed. Got a half a mile road walk to get there, just like yesterday. Hope it's worth it. All right, we're back to field walking. I think that mountain over there is what we got to climb. Probably got a 400 to 500 foot ascent up there. Then we're going to ridge walk. And I think we're going to be okay for the balance of the day. But we got, like I say, we got a bit of a climb in front of us. So I got my new shoes. You saw the picture. Let's see if we can get back on. Blue with red shoestrings. We'll see how long it takes them to get completely coated in mud and become brown. But very thankful to my wife, Tamara, who shipped those up to me to Tony's Deli, where I had a magnificent Philly cheesesteak, magnificent in flavor and also magnificent in size. And traded out my shoes. These got to work because I left my old ones back there. They're going to throw them away for me. And I'd say so far I've got probably a mile on them, and they seem to be feeling very, very similar to what I had. I took the same insoles out of the old ones and put them in these because they have a little bit higher arching. They're a aftermarket insole made for people who have some issues with plantar fasciitis like me, and they seem to be feeling almost identical on the inside, and the treads are exactly the same. They're a little bit lighter shoe, so I'm pretty happy with these so far. So let's get on the hike and we'll catch you up down the trail. Well, that's where we came from, coming off the hill going northbound, and we have made it to the Wiley shelter. It's an old shelter, pretty old shelter. And I'd say it looks clean enough, but I've got to where I really prefer my tent, so I'm gonna find me a spot. There's one other tent that's already set up over there. Probably can't see it through the brush, but I think I'll find me a nice tent site. So that's my plan. There's some spots down here as well that look like there might be opportunities. We're kind of getting into the area where you'll see these wooden tent platforms. So the expectations are, particularly if it's rainy, you can put your tent up on the platform. But again, we've gone through this with my tent before. You know, this is a suspension tent that requires stakes. You can't get your stakes into that wood platform for sure. I've got a solution for that, and I can work with it if I have to, but I don't have to because I can see some other spots where tents will go. So that's my plan from here on out, is just to figure out where I'm gonna set up the tent, make me some dinner, and kind of settle in. All right, hope everybody's had a good day. It's 16.6 miles today. The highlight for me, without a question, was going into Tony's Deli and getting that big old Philly cheesesteak sandwich. Was awesome. And also got my brand new shoes that are terrific. You don't know how bad your shoes have gotten because you just slowly, gradually lived with their performance, and then all of a sudden you put on brand new shoes, you got traction and comfort. It's amazing. So glad I got the new shoes. Everything is great, and we'll look forward to catching up with you first thing in the morning.